All righty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It is time for a AEW Dynamite review right here on the new Wrestling Jesus channel. Subscribe today, folks. We got one viewer in the house. We got Mark-Andre Snyder. Yo, I'm ready to listen, dog. We got Beater Carr, Wardlow, Cool Man 952. What's up, WJ? What's up, Cool Man? Um, so, folks, we kicked off the show with Adam Cole, baby. We got Louise Kelly in the house. Good day, Louise. Adam Cole was out there with Red Dragon, folks. High profile tag team, Red Dragon there. I can't even remember their names right now for whatever reason. Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly there. So basically, for whatever reason, when Adam Cole is coming out during the entrance, Jim Ross, he says he's a big star, you know what I mean? Apparently, he's only been there for a couple weeks, they said, and he's done big stuff in the short couple weeks he's been there, apparently, there. We got Mark St. Pierre in the house there, my good friend Mark there. Cool Man 952. I saw that the show wasn't sold out, a lot of empty seats. I saw a picture of that, which was posted in the Wrestling Jesus group, boy, and that arena was empty, you know what I mean? It was Hangman Page on the Tron or something in the picture there with an empty arena, but Adam Cole, folks, big star that attracts big crowds or whatever. Jim Ross says he's only been there a few short weeks. He says when this whole thing is all said and done, Adam Cole might be the biggest star like of all time in AEW when the whole thing is all said and done. That could be shorter than people expect it to last there, folks. It all depends how long they get to stay on the fake WCW network or whatever there. But so they want to present Adam Cole as some kind of star or whatever. And I get it. You know what I mean? They invested money in this guy, stuff like this. But I'm not really buying it, folks, nor is anybody else. Nobody truly believes that Adam Cole can really be a big star, but we'll get back to that there. The Young Bucks come out and they're arguing with Adam Cole. So 2 weeks ago, Cole gets kicked in the face by his friend. He argues with them and he's buddies with the Young Bucks. And then last week, they all made peace. And this week, they're arguing again. I don't get it there. What kind of booking is this? They're arguing 2 weeks ago. Last week, they make peace. They were all on the same page. And this week, the Young Bucks come out like if they're still arguing. That I missed something. You know what I mean? The fuck kind of storytelling is this, honestly? Like, so then they start talking in the ring. Red Dragon and Young Bucks have a face off. Hello, y'all were friends last week. You already made up last week. Y'all should have said this 2 weeks ago before you made up. You can't argue, then make up, and then the next week, hey, we're both two tag teams that are gonna fight each other. Oh, let's make peace again. What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? So they're apparently gonna be a big group and they're gonna be the best or whatever. They're Adam Cole is just a poor man's replacement of Kenny Omega in this picture. If he's going to be paired up with the Young Bucks, he's just going to look like a shittier version of Kenny. Kenny got injured, so they bring in the B plus replacement or whatever. Like, I'm not fucking buying Adam Cole as a big star here. So then the best friends come out. Orange Cassidy and his jobber buddies. There's another brawl or whatever. Orange Cassidy, it looks like he's about to beat up Cole. Cole gives him a low blow. And then Chris Statlander comes in. Another big and tall fat girl or whatever. She's not as fat as she used to be there, but so the alien girl or whatever. So the alien girl, she gets in Adam Cole's face so that he can't attack Orange Cassidy. Britt Baker comes out, women's champion Britt Baker. She attacks Cassidy. So now they're doing Adam Cole and Britt Baker together. Is she going to go in valet mode? You know what I mean? Is it going to devalue Britt Baker to be her own standalone star? I have no clue or whatever. You know what I mean? But here's the deal. You can stack the deck with Adam Cole. Give him his two friends from NXT. Give him his indie buddies, the Young Bucks. Give him his wife, Britt Baker, and devalue her in the process or whatever. This guy isn't main event material. He just isn't. You know what I mean? They stacked the deck for him, gave him the NXT championship. He had his own group. He was booked strong. He beat everybody for almost 2 years. And he was barely drawing 500,000 viewers. What do you expect is going to change here? You know what I mean? What do you think he's going to draw, basically? Like, it's just going to waste everybody else. It's going to waste Britt Baker, stuff like this. Like maybe Adam Cole can have a good wrestling match, but so can everybody else. You know what I mean? You need star power, and this guy doesn't have it. If he has to have a whole entourage plus his wife to back him up and everything, like, I'm not buying it, Adam Cole or whatever, as champion material. The segment wasn't terrible there, but like, it's bad acting, terrible booking. You know what I mean? The best friends and Orange Cassidy. Again, who gives a fuck? Like, how long is this garbage gonna last? Just do Adam Cole and Cassidy and move the fuck on there. Like, can't you have Adam Cole against CM Punk or Adam Cole against somebody else? Something that matters. I don't know. It's all fucking throwaway jobbers. Like, it's wrestlers going up against worthless jobbers. In the first match, folks, CM Punk defeated Wardlow, and this match was straight up garbage. Like, MJF was out there in the corner of Wardlow. So Wardlow beats up Punk, and Wardlow is very green. He don't know much, right? The reason he just does a couple power bombs in the match, it's because he's green, very green, this guy or whatever, right? Um, so you have a very, very basic match, like Wardlow just beating up Punk, and it was very slow and methodical, but very boring. It wasn't very methodical. It was very slow and boring. You know what I mean? Slow without the methodical part. It was just cheap. Like, especially the picture in picture stuff, like CM Punk, he's standing in the corner or whatever. Punk, he's in the corner with his ass outwards, and Wardlow, he's just holding him in the corner with his face and his ass, like just standing there. Like, I understand it's during the commercial or whatever, but goddamn, it looks fucking boring. The match was boring. And then Wardlow starts doing the power bombs to Punk. Punk barely got any offense against Wardlow. They made it look like Wardlow was killing Punk or whatever. Wardlow does a couple power bombs. He wants to go for the pin, but MJF doesn't want him to, right? He doesn't want Wardlow to get the win, obviously, in storyline, but he also wants Wardlow to punish Punk or whatever. Give him more power bomb. Keep giving power bomb. So it lasted like an extra 10 minutes of doing power bomb, and it was obvious Wardlow wasn't winning anymore and the fuck finish was on its way. So at first it was like, is Wardlow gonna win? Fuck. And then MJF screwed him out of winning, basically. Their power bomb after power bomb through a table. Punk makes the count out. Um, and then he goes to power bomb again. Punk with a small package, 1, 2, 3. So very shitty match. A shitty match, you know what I mean? Like, it looked cheap and stuff. And here's the deal, none of them look strong. Like, I understand, oh, we'll make Wardlow look strong or whatever, but he just comes off looking like a moron, the character of Wardlow. He should have went for the pin. It makes him look like a bitch, right? If he's about to beat CM Punk, former WWE champion, would he beat him, or would he listen to what a 5'4" guy is telling him, you know? So as a character, it makes him look like a fucking bitch and a moron, you know, and he lost. He still lost. He delivers 10 power bomb and he doesn't win. So neither man looks strong. Punk looks like he was demolished by a fucking green jobber. The big guy looks like a moron that got beat. So who looks good in this? MJF looks like a jerk, but you know what I mean. That doesn't really make money that much. Like, so then Wardlow, like, MJF is giving him shit. Wardlow goes to hurt him. He grabs his hand or something, starts squeezing his hand. And then Sean Spears comes out and separates them or whatever. So just straight up garbage. Straight up. Like, I don't know what this accomplishes. Like, you're stretching out the story. You know what I mean? You get Punk and MJF. You continue the story, but the match wasn't good. Neither wrestler ends up looking good. Like, I don't know. Second match, Dante Martin defeated Powerhouse Hobbs. And this was pretty much a mirror of the first match. Like Wardlow and Powerhouse Hobbs, two big guys with singlets beating up the smaller man. So this was Powerhouse Hobbs, a big guy with singlet beating up Dante Martin for fucking way too long. Jay Lee Toll comes out. Dante Martin gets like a surprise roll up pin on Powerhouse Hobbs. The same thing. Match one, match two. Big green jobber with singlet beating up smaller man the entire match. And the two small men win with surprise pin finish. It's the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? The same fucking thing. And then you had Chris Jericho, folks, backstage with Inner Circle, and they brought up the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Awards. Yesterday, I did Wrestling Jesus live on Facebook in my Facebook group there. I did a 2-day-old Raw review, and I talked about the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Awards real quick there. The biggest fucking joke of an awards that I've ever heard. Like I understand there that these companies are very biased towards Khan because Khan makes them feel special. You know what I mean? Khan invites them to press conference. Hey, you're not just dirt sheet losers in your mother's basement, boys. Y'all are the media. And we have a media press conference for you guys after the pay-per-view. They get to feel special, right? A lot of people think that Khan is in bed with these companies like Meltzer, stuff like this. I'm not saying that. I'm not making that claim. And you never know if Khan might start trying to sue the fans because these people, you know what I mean? They don't like criticism. You don't know if Khan's gonna start suing fans for opinion. You never fucking know. So I'm not making the claim that Khan is in bed with these companies, but he sure loves to make them feel special, right? He goes to any radio interview there and stuff like this to promote his agenda or whatever, you know. So he's a hero. Khan is a big hero, but Pro Wrestling Illustrated, they're not that you had any fucking, any credibility left after all these years or whatever. But this is just fucking ridiculous, these awards. Britt Baker, Superstar of the Year. On what planet? Britt Baker, Superstar of the Year, folks. What? Better than Roman Reigns. Britt Baker. Better than even CM Punk in their own company. Better than Hangman Page. If you're going to pretend that AEW is good, like Pro Wrestling Illustrated pretends that it's good. What about people like that in the company, at least? But just the mental fucking thing of saying that Britt Baker is Superstar of the Year over somebody like Roman Reigns. Like, just that is beyond psycho to say this, right? And that's one of the awards, right? Superstar of the Year. Match of the Year, Britt Baker versus what's her fucking name? Thunder Rosa. Match of the year for 2021 in all of wrestling. Not just WWE, but AEW, New Japan, Ring of Honor. Apparently Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa is the best wrestling match of the year. You know, Like, give me a fucking break. Okay. Inner Circle wins Group of the Year. You could argue whoever is best group, who fucking knows, like, but it's subjective who would be guaranteed. Britt Baker ain't superstar of the year, not money wise, box office, not in ring, not on microphone, not in any way is she superstar of the year. This is super weirdo, obvious bias bullshit. You know what I mean? But Inner Circle Group of the Year, you know, who gives a shit, basically? Kenny and the Young Bucks had the belt all fucking year, but like they want to give it to Inner Circle, whatever. It don't really matter, but like so then Jericho starts talking about the PWI awards. Like it doesn't look biased enough. Every award went to AEW apart from one, Edge, Inspirational Wrestler of the Year. They let WWE have one, I guess, to try not to make it look fake or what. There, Tony Khan, let him have one. Edge, most inspirational. Like, fuck you, you know what I mean? Britt Baker, Superstar of the Year. Like, none of this shit matters. Wrestling isn't a sporting competition, right? It's subjective entertainment. It's not about athletic ability. So, 5-star match, match of the year, all of this is taking wrestling out of context. You know what I mean? Like, nobody judges a movie like that. Who had the best action scene? It's about what makes the most money, for fuck's sake, right? What fucking drew the most money? The movie in Hollywood that wins the award, is it the one that drew only 3 million, or is it the one that drew 200 million that people watched? You know what I mean? Are they going to give the award to some small time movie because of work rate or something? Like, no, it's based off of what truly was a good movie. And, but like wrestling, it's not even the right context to give it some kind of athletic thing. It's not about that, right? But definitely it wasn't Britt Baker. That's for damn fucking sure. Like, you're going to have a match of the year. It should be based on something more than goofy. Like, what? This is certainly not based on in ring that Britt Baker had match of the year. You know what I mean? Like, it's certainly not based in the ring. What the fuck is this based on? Match of the year. Like, is it based on wanting to suck Tony Khan's cock? Is there a deal? I'm just asking, right? Meltzer gives him awards. They promote that on TV. Pro Wrestling Illustrated gives them fake, obvious bias awards. They promote that on TV. Fuck you. Like, not only are these companies killing their credibility there, but Khan makes himself look small time as fuck with this shit. The indie fans themselves know that this shit is fake and rigged, and wrestling isn't based on that. Like, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, if McMahon makes 500 million at WrestleMania, does it really matter what fucking Kojo John Avucci does in Japan there in front of 10 people? Can you really compare a match that's going to make 100 million compared to a match that takes place in front of 10 people, 2 midgets execute more moves. It lasts 5 minutes more. So it's bigger than a larger than life match of Roman and Brock that makes $500 million. It makes no sense. This whole thing is retarded. It's bias. The whole thing that Japanese wrestlers have 5-star match, so the pay-per-view that makes $10 is better than WrestleMania. All of that is retarded. And these awards are fucking atrocious. I've never seen dumber and more obviously fake awards in my whole fucking life. Straight up embarrassing. Like, and for them to go on TV with this makes them look small time as fuck, AEW. Makes them look cheap, in my opinion. You know what I mean? MJF comes out. He's pissed off. He's pissed off at what happened earlier in the night. Oh, next week it's going to be Punk against Shawn Spears. Who gives a shit? Like, oh my God, MJF, he's such a heel, folks. He's such a heel. He got us. Next week, it's not the match. Don't these people hate McMahon for doing this? Teasing stuff and fucking with the fans or whatever. Isn't this what they're doing? Oh, but it's MJF. He's the heel or whatever. MJF is a big heel. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's going to be angry at MJF. We know that this is AEW fucking extending this retarded storyline. Like, it started strong. Now it's just getting ridiculous. Like, Punk against fucking, what's it? Like Shawn Spears, I forget his name in WWE 10 or whatever. Ty Dillinger. Like, could you imagine WWE presenting that on Raw or something? Next week, CM Punk against Ty Dillinger. Big match. We would have laughed at this. You know what I mean? But that's the big match next week. Punk against fucking Ty Dillinger. Like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Y'all are just wasting time here, you know? But whatever, fuck. And then you had Hangman Page, folks, the big star that honestly nobody gives two shits about him. Like, the crowd, they're not really very excited for him. You can tell it's obvious, judging by the excitement that went way down after this guy won the belt. Even the AEW fans aren't even excited for him. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Like when you don't see them talking about Hangman Page, like they wanted him to win. They wanted Tony to make him the champ just so they could feel like Punk or that Tony listened to their fantasy booking. You know what I mean? They got what they want. Hangman Page, he won the belt, and now they absolutely don't give a fuck the same way they used to do in WWE, right? Y'all remember Triple H, Fandango, you guys liked him, and then you just abandoned him. Well, those are the fans, you know? All of the smarks that were causing WWE problems, that's the AEW fan base, you know what I mean? And they're going to do the same thing to AEW. Like, Hangman Page, it's clear now that he won, the excitement is dead for him. There's no excitement. So he comes out, he's cutting a boring promo or whatever. Dan Lambert comes out and he starts fucking burying Page, right? He did say something positive there to not completely kill him. He says you deserve to win, and your matches against Brian were good matches or whatever. But then he starts talking about the cowboy gimmick, and everything he said there, it's true. And I said the same kind of shit myself recently again, just like I did about CM Punk. I said the same exact shit about Hangman Page's cowboy gimmick, that he don't look like a Clint Eastwood, stuff like this, that those were real cowboys, and that he looks like a fucking clown. I talked about this several times recently. And Lambert went out there and basically said the same fucking shit and straight up buried the fucking shit out of Hangman Page. You know what I mean? Straight up make him look like a fucking clown jobber. Straight up. East Coast cowboy, he called him, or whatever. The East Coast cowboy that the basically the losers and the crowd can relate to there, you know. That he's not a real man, basically. He's a fucking goofy guy there, basically. He buried him. He fucking skinned him alive. If if Hangman Page wasn't enough of a fail already, you fucking bring in Dan Lambert to go in there and go to town on him. Like, this guy's gonna have nothing left. Just before Page won the belt, Kenny buried him and destroyed him in the ring, opened him up. Does this look like a champion to you? No, he didn't. And even after he won, he still don't look like a champ, right? And Dan Lambert fucking straight up buried him right on the show, like right on the fucking show. Like, imagine going out there and telling your audience, hey, my world champion in reality is not that good. He's a clown jobber. It's not good enough to call himself a cowboy. And that's what basically happened. You know what I mean? Like, get the belt off this guy. This makes no sense. No sense. But anyway, Lance Archer comes out. Big Lance, folks. He's been in catering for the past 6 months. Lance Archer comes out. Apparently, Archer had attacked Lambert in the past. I vaguely remember that, but not really there. So they kind of made it look like Archer was going to attack Lambert, but he attacked Hangman Page, which was obvious. Like, it was obvious. So I'm not sure if, you know, Lance Archer is going to be paired up with Dan Lambert, maybe because Jake the Snake is has his health is too poor or whatever. He needs oxygen just to go out there. They actually had him go out on television with his thing of oxygen, if I remember correctly. So when I was talking about how some of these managers are too old, I wasn't kidding. When he comes out, Jake the Snake, with a fucking oxygen tank, for God's sake. But maybe they're gonna have Dan Lambert be the manager of Archer. Problem is, Archer is a big jobber. Like, he was Lance Hoyt in TNA. It wasn't that good. He went to Japan or whatever, but it's not really working. Um, AEW has already damaged Archer. They already made him look like a big goof that's not going to get the big win, right? He got beat by Dean Ambrose or whatever. Um, so, like, that's your big upcoming. That's the next big feud for the Hangman. It's Hangman Page against Lance Archer. Are you excited? Does this really scream money to you guys? To me, this is This is just fucking indie. This is indie big time there. Hangman Page against Lance Archer. This don't say money to me. So for those who are living in a weird delusional bubble that AEW is better than WWE, just look at WWE's upcoming main event there. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. And what does AEW have? Lance Archer against Hangman Page. You think that compares box office wise, name wise, or whatever? Brock against Bobby Lashley. And on the other side, it's Hangman against Lance Archer. Tell me that don't look small time compared to the big match. Even the secondary main event, Roman Reigns against Seth Rollins, that's a much bigger deal than Lance Archer any fucking day of the week. So not only does like WWE's two main events, not only do they crush this match, but any other big enough mid card match in WWE is going to feel bigger than this. Becky Lynch against Doudrop feels bigger than Lance Archer, for God's sakes, against Hangman Page. Let's be real. You know what I mean? Like, Doudrop is probably looks stronger kayfabe wise as a character than Lance Archer at this point, for real. Like Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida for like the 35th time. Serena Deeb attacks Hikaru Shida. Um, Spectral MK Brock Lesnar against Lashley is long overdue. People say McMahon don't listen to the fans. That's a match the fans were asking for, and they're getting it. You know what I mean? They're getting it. Um, I don't know if the fans are asking for this year Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida for like 6 months in a row there. Like, Serena Deeb, I understand she was a part of Punk's faction, so the indie fans pretend to give a shit there, but I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Do people out there truly give a shit about this 40-plus-year-old woman that don't even have a good body or anything? Like, not even that pretty. Anyway, she attacks Hikaru Shida. She's beating her up there. She attacks her before the bell from behind, beats her up, um, gets some kind of submission victory because she injured the leg, hits her with a kendo stick or a crutch or something after the match there. Just very boring and cheap. Like, you know how people complain that WWE has too many rematches. You know what I mean? We're tired of rematches. Well, this is an example of rematch after rematch in AEW. And it's even worse when it's two complete schmucks that you don't care about. I like Hikaru Shida a little because she's cute. She has a little bit of a likability factor. Is she champ material? No, she already won the belt, but is she a big star? No, you know what I mean. So why would I want to see her that I like a tiny bit? I don't like her, but I don't hate her. But I don't like her enough to see the same match against this 40-year-old jobber woman there 25 times in a fucking row. I don't like anybody that much. You know what I mean? To watch the same shitty match over and over and over again. Nobody fucking cares about this, you know? And then they're going to have to wrestle again. Like, who fucking cares? Like, And then you had Pentagon Jr. He defeated Matt Hardy. The match is okay, but you can tell that Matt Hardy needs to retire. Like, the time has come. The time has come. He's way too old and awkward. He moves like an old man. The time has come. It looks bad. He's not offering anything to the program. You know what I mean? Maybe if he had a better storyline than this stupid money mat garbage with a bunch of rookie jobbers for his group, maybe it would be better for Hardy. Maybe if Hardy did the supernatural gimmick with as a manager for some kind of supernatural wrestler, I don't fucking know there. I don't know if he's gonna manage Andrade there. Something happened backstage. Andrade was talking to Matt Hardy. Maybe they're gonna have Hardy managing Andrade. You know what I mean? Chavo Guerrero, at least. You know, it was supposed to be Ric Flair and Andrade, but AEW, they're clearly in bed with the dark side of the ring, right? It's all AEW wrestlers on there that want to bury McMahon. So on that show, they fucked Flair, right? Khan, he fucking. It's funny, this dark side of the ring, it starts around the time that AEW started, and all they do is try to bury McMahon. And it's AEW wrestlers all over this shit. And, like, come on, you know what I mean? But this is them fucking themselves over because they buried Flair in hopes of trying to bury WWE. They probably recorded the shit before they were in talks to bringing in Flair. And then when this shit came out, then they chose not to bring him in, which fucked up Andrade. And since then, he's been stuck in limbo big time. And he was used better in WWE. Like, in what world is Andrade treated better there? Like, he was better utilized in WWE. Plus, he just started. If he would have stayed, it's possible he would have became a star. Like, but he left way too early. So that's on him. So now he didn't get a chance to be a star. He didn't let things happen. He wasn't man enough to fucking stay and do it the right way. Well, there you go. Now we might have Matt Hardy as his manager. That's gonna fucking mesh well there, folks. Matt Hardy as his manager. It's not. I'm not sure if they're gonna do that. It would be better than Hardy Family Office there, but so after Pentagon beats Hardy, Malachi Black comes out, attacks Pentagon or something, and Pillman and his partner and Pentagon are beating up Malachi Black. The lights go out, and it's Brody King, folks. Brody King, a big tattooed guy that has a beard like Malachi Black. He's dressed in black like Malachi Black. He's got tattoos. He's a tall, big guy that's kind of, he's big, but he's kind of fatty, chubby kind of deal. I wouldn't tell him this to his face that he looks like a big, fat, worthless jobber there, but I'm going to tell you guys here because that's what it looks like there. His name is Brody King, folks. Apparently, he comes from Ring of Honor. So, Tony Khan, or All Elite Wrestling Twitter, I don't remember who there, they put out a tweet that there was going to be a surprise on the show. And I guess this is it, folks. Brody King, surprise! It's a guy you don't know or give two shits about. Oh my God, is it Brody? He has the same name as Brody that passed away. So are they gonna like him? Is that what they're gonna do? The fans there. His name is Brody, just like John Uber or whatever was called Brody. So they're gonna start talking about how much they love Brody there. That's probably gonna be what they're gonna do there. Was that their alleged star signing, says Vandy Fox? I'm not sure. I don't think that's the dream signing that Khan was talking about there. That's just them cleaning up house and picking up a bunch of people from Ring of Honor or whatever. Their Impact had a couple Ring of Honor guys. Khan, he's bringing Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, they brought him there. He was off TV for a month. He was tag teaming with Sonny Kiss. Now he's going to be paired up with, a 15-year-old Dante Martin or whatever. So things are looking up for these ROH guys that they're bringing in there. This Brody King guy, he kind of looks like Malachi Black, but a bigger version. Like if he would be his older brother. He kind of looks old, apparently from Ring of Honor. The name sounds familiar there, but when I saw him, I don't really know this guy. I might have seen him, but he looks like a big jobber or something there. Apparently, he was a tag team wrestler and a tag team champ, former tag team champ. Ring of Honor, folks. That's the big time. Tag team champ, Ring of Honor. Jay Lethal could have helped them starting their company 2 years ago, maybe. But apparently, they want to use him on Dark with Sonny Kiss. Now they paired him up with a high school kid. So we'll see what happens to poor Jay Lethal there. But um, so you had the Acclaim defeat. They defeated Bear Country. Um, So the Acclaim win a tag team match, folks. Thank you, Tony, for giving us tag team wrestling. Tone, you're the only one that can, Tone. The way you provide tag team wrestling there, it shows you're more superior morally than McMahon. Morally superior due to these great tag team matches. So the Acclaim win the match and then they get beat up by Sting and Darby or whatever. That's how you make a team look strong, by getting beat up by a 60-year-old man there. And apparently Sting and Darby, they won a piece of tag team gold or something. So that's, maybe maybe they could give the tag belt to Sting with Darby Allin. You could have some fake high profile match or whatever with Sting as tag team guy, but doesn't that go against what they claim there, that McMahon is evil and it should be two teams that came from their mother's womb together that become tag team? I don't want just guys paired up together. I want guys who grew up together as a team. I want guys like Kenny and this Japanese guy, guys that have sex with each other. That's what I want as team. I don't want people just put together. So if Sting is fighting for the tag team belt, wouldn't Sting be a non tag team wrestler there? That's just being paired up with a young guy to try to give him some shine or whatever. You know what I mean? And then in the main event, folks, it's the future, folks. One of the pillars, ladies and gentlemen, Sammy Guevara versus Danny Garcia, folks. Now, I like a little bit Sammy Guevara as a small guy or something. Do I see him as a main eventer? Fuck no. Like, way too small, way too young to be put in this position. No experience, you know what I mean? And it's Sammy Guevara against Danny Garcia, a guy that looks like a 15-year-old, you know what I mean? And they say on commentary, Danny Garcia, he's only been in the business 4 years. Can you believe it? Yeah, I can. Because he is green, you know what I mean? He looks like he's still in high school, for fuck's sake. He looks like he's been in the business for 3 months. The guy needs to lift weights. He looks like a young teenager out there. And so does Guevara, quite frankly. You know, just because he hangs out with Jericho, he looks a little bit more like a wrestler. You know what I mean? But like the match is okay, but it looks like a high school wrestling match. It don't look like fucking a wrestling match from two professionals, right? And you have to have Jericho in this corner. You have Eddie Kingston out there. It looks like Jericho going at the park with his son, is what it looks like there. Hey, my son's going to play with your son there. You know, Jericho, Grandpa Jericho bringing his kid to Little League there. Only this is in the main event. You know what I mean? Like, a couple of flyweights with no experience in the main event. You know what this looks like? It looks like Jobber City. You know what I mean? There's a term in wrestling, main eventer. You know, usually the main events are reserved for main event caliber wrestler. These days, there's not as much of that, so you might get a tag team match or something, a divas match to try to. They pretend it's main event worthy if they put the women's title on the line or something. But this, there's no way to deny that it's not main event caliber. Oh, it's the interim championship of TNT title. Worthless. You know what I mean? Like, this is worthless. It's not a real championship. The TNT title is a worthless belt. It's a joke belt, right? It's that the show isn't even on TNT anymore. So the title is already obsolete. You know what I mean? But this isn't even the real TNT title. It's the interim TNT belt. Are they fucking serious there? Nobody takes this seriously. Like, the match is worthless. The belt don't mean nothing. Like, and it's Danny Garcia. And then after the match, there's a bit of brawling again because every match has to have a brawl, right? Every match is NWO. Like, every match, it's a group of guys, it's a beat down, it's gang warfare. Every match is NWO. Like, you remember when TNA would always have an NWO ripoff faction? There's like 25 NWO ripoff factions, and they're all competing on the same show. And every match is the same with gang warfare. This is ridiculous. Like Malachi Black has a new faction with this Brody King guy. Um, I don't remember what it is. They're the leaders of the Black Throne or something. Like, it sounds like a Black Panther group or something, and it's two white guys in it. The leaders of the Black Throne, kings of the Black Throne or something. Like, I don't know. But So yet another faction, you know what I mean? Another faction in AEW. So you have more factions than you have people. How is that even possible, for fuck's sake? There's probably how many? There's at least 30 factions in this fucking organization. Like, the little cheerleader will join them, probably. Well, it kind of looked like that. I got that feeling too when I saw her. I'm stopping him. Is it going to be a ripoff of Alexa Bliss, the way she was into the Fiend kind of deal? The little cheerleader is going to be the cheerleader as an eye patch. I heard. I'm getting a vibe here that they're gonna rip off Alexa Bliss and the Fiend kind of thing, and she's gonna join them. I kind of got that feeling too when I saw it, because she stopped them from attacking or whatever. And maybe she doesn't want to hang out with a couple of bitch boys or whatever. You know what I mean? Maybe this girl should be with Malachi Black, who's a lot more manly than these two varsity fucking soy boys or whatever. They're Fatty Pillman Jr. or whatever. Looks like he ate one too many box of donut there. 30-year-old boy with a six pack like Jericho, their big gut or whatever, you know what I mean? Maybe maybe she should should be with somebody else. Um, Overall, I don't think it was a horrible show, but I don't think it was good. I don't know if I want to say it was decent. It was okay, I guess, but it kind of okay. That's the rating I'm gonna give it. It was a rating of and I'm not even gonna say kind of okay. I don't want to say it completely sucked, but and it wasn't even kind of okay. It's a rating of that's the rating I'm gonna give it, about a 4.5, ladies and gentlemen, a 4.25. That's a rating. Kind of rating. Um, but that cheerleader, she's young there, but she's very good looking or something there. Maybe she could be with Malachi Black and have a dark cheerleader kind of gimmick. I don't know there. Um, Overall, yeah, like I said, rating or whatever. Stray Gamer, 4 jobbers out of 10. I think that's a fair. I think that would be a fair rating. 4 jobbers out of 10. Overall, CM Punk was cheap. Fuck. Adam Cole, it's okay, but it's bad booking. Like, Powerhouse Hobb is the same thing as the first match, not really good. Again, neither man looked good. So Dante Martin was friends with that other midget, Leo Rush. Then he was on Team Taz. Now he's going to be in the team with Jay Lethal. Like, I thought I had problems picking YouTube channel and Facebook group. This guy has a new partner every week. It's basically my gimmick, but he can't make up his mind who's his new tag team partner or whatever. Like, the fuck kind of booking is this? Seriously, like, Dante Martin, he's had like 4 different partners in the last month. Big Vopper, they bleed trying to get 5 stars. And honestly, 5 stars don't make money. It don't. It's character. It's big money match. Brock Lesnar and Bobby's gonna draw money. Royal Rumble match, WrestleMania, established things. make money. Stars, star power, make money. Not Dante Martin, not Darby Allin, not Danny Garcia. None of these things make money. Lance Archer and Hangman Page, that ain't gonna fucking make shit. You know what I mean? You could take that exact same match, put it on Rampage for free, and you won't get shit. You know what I mean? Like, which might be where they fucking put this match to try to get a rating or something. Terrible. Overall, we'll say like that, 4 out of 10 there. So, thank you, folks, for watching. Big Lays and Will Hobbs. Will Hobbs. Oh my God, it's Will Hobbs. And nobody did, and nobody knew who the fuck Will Hobbs was. Never fucking heard of this guy, a complete emanator from nowhere. He comes out and saves Moxley. Then you don't see him on the show. Then he turns heel. It's like, why should I care? He turns heel. I don't even know the guy. And Powerhouse Hobbs, he did an interview there to try to save Tony Khan recently. Oh, this company's put me in big positions, especially that time I saved Moxley. What a fucking joke. Out of nowhere, nobody knew this guy. He comes out and saves the world champion or something. We don't know who he is. Then he wasn't on TV. Then he turns heel. Absolute atrocious booking. You know. Oh, I can't take them enough when they made me come out and save Moxley. Like, fuck off. Terrible. Bobby Lashley better than everyone in AEW. I agree. If I saw Punk against Bobby Lashley, I would rather they make Lashley win. If I had to see the match or whatever, let Bobby put that little midget in the hurt lock. We'll see how tough he is. Little scrawny midget there. Barbecue sauce, better watch your tone. WJ Hook is watching you. Hook, another 15-year-old. This looks like Midget Wrestling Alliance. It looks like it's a high school wrestling company. Like Hook, Danny Garcia, Sammy Guevara, they have a real child on the show, -1 or whatever. What is this? Like I don't know what this is, but Hook, a skinny, scrawny midget, because Punk says send Hook. They want to push this kid and make him destroy his opponents. Like if he's super strong. He's 5'6" and he weighs 100 pounds. He looks like a 14-year-old. Again, when Hook starts fighting wrestlers, is Punk gonna sell like that? Like if Hook is King Kong and he's killing him with his basic green wrestling maneuvers? Is Bryan Danielson gonna sell like that for Hook? I don't fucking think so. You know what I mean? Like at some point, Tony Khan's gonna have to get fucking real with his goofy product, or else the company's gonna die. There's no way this shit can fucking survive like that. Jericho Knight, send Hook to the goddamn indies, straight up. But Tony Khan, he comes out before Battle of the Belts when he did his goofy promo. Oh, guys, we have a stacked card after the show. It's Battle of the Belts. We're not putting the belts on the show. We're putting them after the show because we're fucking retards. Well, he comes out, Khan, and he's like, because he wants to make the crowd happy. Send Hook, he screams. Send Hook. And the crowd reacts like it's Hulk Hogan because they're playing along, because they're jerking off to him, not because they're marking out for real. It's all fake. Even the fans know it's ridiculous, but they mark out for it like it's like he's Hogan when he comes out. He came out eating a bag of chip. A 14-year-old kid with a hat backwards coming out eating a bag of chips like he's fucking Bart Simpson or something. You know what I mean? And the fans are cheering for him like it's Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? And these fans are fucking. The worst part is that Tony Khan believes him, though. Tony Khan believes he's a star. He cheers. Oh, that's the guy you want. Okay. Hook is coming out, and it's a teenager coming out. You know what I mean? Stray Gamer, The Rock, Stone Cold, The Undertaker, Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, and then Hook. Imagine that. That's what AEW has to offer. You know, I understand WWE isn't what it used to be, but for the next 3 months, we get Brock, we get Roman Reigns, we get some stuff. There's at least some stuff, Edge. There's at least respectable stuff that we can watch. At least some. It's not all going to be good, but there's at least some stuff there for us to watch. This company, not so much. You know what I mean? By the time they give Punk and MJF and they're acting like this is some hot ass fucking feud there. We're so lucky to get this feud. Y'all already killed the momentum. And now you took it to the level of absurdity there. So you had one hot feud and you brought it to absurd level. That's what you did. And your other feud is what? Hangman Page and Lance Archer? No thanks. I think I'm gonna be more hyped for the Rumble as a wrestling fan that's been watching wrestling for 30 years. If somebody shows me the two option and says which is better, am I supposed to say I'm more excited for Lance Archer? Am I supposed to say Hook is more exciting than Roman Reigns and stuff like that? Come on. There's no way I can claim that AEW is better as a person that's not psycho or that's not a bullshitter. I can't say that AEW is better. I understand y'all want it. You think it's written in the stars for years. The Smart Revolution, boy, turning on McMahon. The Young Bucks, Kenny, New Japan, they're all together. TNA, the Dead Fed. They're all working together to go against McMahon. There's talk that Okada, boy, he had a 5-star match, a 6-star match. There's talk that he's going to go there. You know, you can put all of them together, have Brody King come out fisting his own anus or whatever. McMahon is winning this. There ain't no comparison. You know what I mean? It just don't compare. That is reality, folks. It is what it is. I read a comment today there. You know, MJF is like Roman Reigns. Like, I know not every fan is like that. I get it. But that's the level of absurdity, the level of delusion. When I see any kind of comment that MJF is like Roman Reigns, you know, and any kind of, there's no way to compare them. You know what I mean? Roman Reigns shits MJF Roman Reigns gets up, he jogs 5 miles, he fucking benches 300 pounds, he eats a big bowl of corn flake, and then he shits a shit bigger than MJF. Like, he shits a shit bigger than Punk. It's just the way it is. And Brock Lesnar, he's on a whole other level all to himself. You know what I mean? He's on the level all to himself. Nobody touches Brock Lesnar. I don't care how many 5 stars Dave wants to give to them. I don't care who gives Khan awards. I don't care if they have their hands in each other's pants. There ain't nobody beating McMahon in his own fucking sport, his own fucking his own business. It's impossible. Major League Wrestling, they're suing McMahon. Oh, dream on, boys. Is Tony Khan funding the lawsuit there? Is that what's going on? Is Khan paying the lawyer for MLW? They don't have the money to go up against McMahon. They don't have that kind of money. You know what I mean? It's like the wrestling business as a whole. Meltzer, all of them, all your indie crybabies, all the victims with Cody, Daddy's son Rhodes, all of the fucking crybaby bullshit, the Young Bucks and their cease and desist, all of them together, they're all gonna fail, folks. It is what it is. Until next time. Thanks for watching, people. More content to come. 2022, the year of the wrestling Jesus. The comeback, folks, is real and it's now. Until next time, peace. End broadcast.